The purpose of having alcohol and drug guidelines is not to exercise control over the student experience, but to ensure that the law is followed and that you, the students, develop and practice safe, healthy drinking habits. The guidelines are as follows. Nobody under the age of 19 may consume or possess alcohol in residence for any reason. The legal age to consume alcohol in Ontario is 19. No student living in residence, regardless of age, may consume alcohol past the point of intoxication. The signs of being past the point of intoxication include vomiting, loss of consciousness, and inappropriate or disruptive behavior. Drinking games and the mass or unmeasured consumption of alcohol are prohibited in residence. This includes the possession or involvement with paraphernalia such as funnels. Residence does not permit common source alcohol, which is any container that holds more than 60 ounces of alcohol. Typically, these are kegs, mini kegs, and Texas Mickeys. Glass beer bottles are not allowed in residence. Beer must be in cans. Any cases of glass beer bottles will be required to be removed from residence property or confiscated. Coolers, spirits, and other mixed drinks can be possessed and consumed in glass bottles. Open alcohol is not allowed in public areas of the residence buildings, such as lounges, hallways, and stairwells. Even if you're going across the hall, ensure that all of the alcoholic beverages you have with you are in one or all of the following: a factory-sealed container, a sealed bag, and/or a sealed single-serve container. Residence has the same laws as the rest of Canada regarding illegal substances. No resident may use, traffic, or possess illicit drugs or paraphernalia related to illicit drugs on residence property. Any of the following circumstances can be used for evidence in the event that the resident is accused of breaking the rules: clear evidence of drug traces, the smell of an illegal substance on a person or in their suite, drug paraphernalia, items used to mask the smell of an illegal substance, or delayed compliance with university or residence representatives during the investigation. In addition, if you suspect that these rules are being broken, you have an obligation to report it. As of October 2018, Ontario has implemented the legalization of recreational cannabis. According to the law, only those over the age of 19 are legally allowed to possess or consume cannabis, and only if the cannabis products have been legally purchased from the Ontario Cannabis Store. While this law has some permissions specific to individual households, residence is a shared community and workplace. In order to respect the safety and well-being of all members, the following limitations apply. Residents are permitted to possess cannabis products purchased through the Ontario Cannabis Store. Residents must store the cannabis products with the original packaging in order to verify legal purchase. Recreational cannabis use is not permitted on Nipissing University's campus, thus no student or staff member can consume cannabis on campus property. All residence buildings are smoke-free, so students cannot smoke anything indoors. Like alcohol, residents are prohibited from having involvement with paraphernalia that promotes the mass or unmeasured consumption of cannabis. These items include, but are not limited to, bongs, pipes, items used to mask the smell of smoke, or other homemade bong-like apparatuses. Residents will not be permitted to grow cannabis plants, to cook, or otherwise produce cannabis byproducts in residence. Those students requiring medical use of cannabis must seek accommodations through Student Accessibility Services and complete the Resident Special Accommodations form. You should not use or be in possession of prescription drugs that have not been prescribed to you. Use of prescription drugs that have not been prescribed to you may be hazardous to your health, and possession of a controlled substance that has not been prescribed to you is illegal. Additionally, sharing drugs that have been prescribed to you with others may be dangerous and/or illegal. Use prescription drugs only as advised and return any unused medications to the pharmacy for safe disposal.